help me run you through a fundamentals program today. This program is going to help teach you where your spine needs to be, how to hold your spine in that position, and then we're going to build a little bit of a program around supporting that neutral pelvis and neutral spinal position. So Nat is going to come down onto the floor in supine for me, so having a lay down on your back. We're just going to rest our arms down by our side. Good, with feet bent up. Now here we're going to start by moving the pelvis. I want you to pelvic tilt, so arching the back up and flattening the back down. Now I want all of this movement to come from the pelvis and the lower spine. So it might be smaller if you're not moving the upper back, but you're keeping the ribs in the upper back really nice and steady and just arching through that low back and rolling over onto your tailbone and rolling back. Now on the next one, I want you to find halfway between those two movements. Good, and usually this is our neutral pelvis and our neutral lumbar spinal curve, but just to double check, because everybody's a bit different, I want you to place your hands on the bumpy part of your hips at the top, at the front, on the bones, and the line between those two bones should be parallel with the floor, and that is finding our neutral pelvis position. From here, we're going to just build a little bit of a program around here. So what I want you to do now is we're going to move into our bent knee fallout. So holding that position and not letting it move. As we let the breath out, we're going to just narrow the tummy gently to our spine and let one knee drop out to the side. Now this is nice and steady, nice and slow, and you're making sure that you're not getting any rocking through the pelvis. So you don't want it to be rocking side to side, you want it to be staying really nice and still. Narrowing the tummy to the spine and gently letting the leg drop out to the side. Good. We'll do one more on this side. So we exhale as we let the leg drop out. Chest and neck are nice and soft. Nothing else is moving except for the leg. We're going to come onto the other leg now, letting the leg drop out to the side. Good, making sure that we're not counterbalancing with the other leg. Breathe in as the leg comes up. Again, keeping those hips really nice and anchored onto the mat and gently narrowing the tummy to the spine. It doesn't matter how far we go, it just matters how well we're doing this. So the better you do it, the quicker you'll progress. Good, and coming back to the top. Good, doing exactly the same. We want to slide the heel along the floor. So as you let the breath out, we come into our heel slides, gliding the leg along the floor. Again, no movement here through the pelvis, it stays nice and still. Breathing in as the leg comes up. Breathing out as we glide out. Good, breathing in as the leg comes up. And out as we glide out. Last one here on this side, we're going to do a couple on the other. Bring the leg all the way back up. Again, you can see that Nat's neck and shoulders are still nice and soft. Good and heavy. Good, breathing out, narrowing the tummy to the spine. Foot is gliding out, really nice and smooth, not jittery. Doesn't matter if the leg can't go all the way out, that's fine. Breathing out, leg glides out, and breathing in as it comes back up. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to move you on to the start of a glute bridge. So again, as I said, the fundamentals. So we're going to straighten this leg out. Good, bring this leg slightly out to the side. Now what we're going to learn here is how to get our bottom muscles working. So we want to glute max. I'm going to slide my hand in underneath Nat's bottom muscle. And I want her to keep the front of this hip really nice and soft while she gently squeezes the bottom muscle, putting pressure through her heel and coming into a half roll. So lifting the hip, good, and then coming back down. Good. Now again, this is majority bottom muscles here. I want the front of the leg really nice, or front of the hip, sorry, really nice and soft. So we want to be making sure that we're driving with our bottom muscles. So press the heel into the floor, use the bottom muscle as we roll up. You may not be able to get that high with your glute muscle on. If you feel like it switches off by palpating it, then start again, that's fine. We've got one more here. Well done, and then coming back down. So you guys, I want you to do the other side at home, but we're going to bring the legs up. So that half roll is a starter to our glute bridge to make sure everything's activating properly and working. Now here in glute bridge is our progression. I want you to press the heels into the floor, squeeze the bottom muscles, and use those bottom muscles to lift the hips. Good work. Now you can see here with Nat, her ribs are anchored, which is nice. What we don't want is a really big arch through the back. Good, where you see these ribs pop out and you're getting a lot more work through the back than what you are through the glutes. Keep the ribs anchored to the hips, Good, and so then the bottom muscles are doing all the work. They're coming down. Good, and then squeeze the bottom muscles, press the heels into the floor, and raise the hips, keeping those ribs anchored to the hips. Good work, and coming down. We've got one more. Good, squeezing and raising. Perfect, and then coming back down. So the only other one we want to work on today is a clam, and our clam helps us with our lateral stability. So Nat's going to roll over. Good, laying on our side. Bend the elbow around so your head is nice and supported, and it's really important to keep your neck nice and soft here. A lot of times if we're lacking a little bit of lateral stability, then our neck muscles are going to try and overwork here. So I want you to be really mindful of that and make sure that you're nice and soft through the neck. Now the knees are bent up, good, and then we're going to lift up through our side waist so that I can run my hand in underneath there if I wanted to. Ribs are also anchored back, good. Now our trunk here, we're not moving at all. It stays really nice and still while our heels stay together and we glide our knee open. Good. Again, doesn't matter how high we're going, it matters more that everything else here is nice and stable. Ribs are anchored, side waist is up, breathing out as we draw our knee open using our bottom muscles here. Good. With nothing else moving. Couple more to go, neck is nice and soft, nothing else is working, just using the back of the hip to raise the leg. And last one. And coming down. A really nice place to start, but also a really great place to review if you've been doing Pilates for a while. Really nice for anybody who is suffering from any pain, really gentle and spine supportive exercises. So have a go at home, and if you ever need any extra help, we're always here. Thank you.